Hello, ZipStrike Army. My name is Jacob as always, and I bet you have not heard that in a long while. But anyway, we are going to be back, and we're ready and ready to go for content creation on YouTube, Twitch, and all that jazz, because we have a new computer, even though I probably am going to state this in the draft analysis video, which you will see like 6 days before this video, so I don't know why on earth I'd be mentioning it. But anyway, just letting you all know, we have a brand new computer. We got it for like $1,200. It was supposed to be like $1,500 computer. Hold on. I don't know why I just sneezed. I didn't feel like I had a sneeze coming on, so that's why I went. But anyway, we're paying like $100 and something per month on it. But we need a new computer because I was getting sick and tired of not uploading videos because my computer was so slow and couldn't run anything really. It barely could even run my capture card without like lagging anymore, and I was getting sick and tired of that. So I'm just like, no, we're done. We're absolutely done with that. So anyway, this is going to be the team builder for week number 1 of mine in Fandom Base League called the WPA, the World Pokemon Association. I made all the graphics, the logo, the thumbnail, all the thumbnails, the logo for the league. So that's cool. I didn't have to pay anyone, so that's always nice to do. I mean, they're alright. They're not like anything too spectacular, but like, hey, it's gonna work for sure. So I'm happy about it that it should work. So very happy about that. Anyway, this is Team Builder. So if you guys don't remember from APA and P4G how team builders are going to work. By the way, if I haven't uploaded the P4G match already, the finals versus Ultra Player, aka Josh, that will be up shortly. My computer was pissing me off, so that's gonna be late by like 2 or 3 weeks, so sorry about that. Anyway, we go over our team, his team, 6 Pokemon, why we're bringing what we're bringing. So let's get started. So we are facing ChoicedCJ, the head coach of the Baltimore Oriolus. This is going to be his one and only week in WPA because he made a certain other league that I will not discuss because I don't know if that league wants everyone to know what coaches all made it and stuff, so I'm not gonna say anything or anything like that. So this will be his one and only week. He wanted to face me, so I kind of thought that was really cool that he was like, yeah, I want to try to beat you because I've never beat you before. So I thought that was really cool. So let's go over his team. He's a really cool guy. He's a really nice guy as well. Pretty good draft league player as well. So we'll get started. So my team is as followed. If you guys haven't checked out draft analysis, playlist should be in the description. But we have Aegislash, Mega Lopunny, Mew, Greninja, Tangrowth, Nidoking, Thunderous Eye, Slurpuff, Druddigon, Aurorus, Houndoom, and Pineco. Our team's really kind of weird. It is a Ubers League, so that's why we have Aegislash and Mega Lopunny and Mew and all those powerful Pokemon. At the same time, like, our team, I feel, is kind of a little bit underwhelming compared to most teams. Some teams have like a really good Uber. The reason I drafted Aegislash is because it can actually deal with most of those Uber Pokemon. So CJ's team is at, our Z Pokemon, by the way, are Thunderous Eye and Houndoom. Some people's Zmons will vary from 1 to 3. So some people might have 3 Zmons, some people, because we had like a point system, so we had 25 points to spend on 3 Z Pokemon. I could have gotten like Aurorus, I think, as another Zmon, but I just like left it alone. Because right now Thunderous and Houndoom are mine. So I just didn't feel like messing with it, so I just left those 2. CJ's team is as followed: Deoxys Speed, Clefable, Crocodile, Heatran, Manaphy, Dhelmise, Dragalge, Swallow, Zebstrika, Mega Heracross, and Sudowoodo. Also, people's team will either vary from 9 to 12 Pokemon, I believe, too. So I think we have 12. Yeah, we do have 12 Pokemon for sure. I'm just trying to do something really quick. There we go. Should repeat. I'm just listening to a song and repeat as I do this, so kind of, you guys will know what song it is. It's Pokemon Go theme. Anyway, let's get started. So his Z Pokemon is Manaphy. I'm sorry, my brain's all scatterbrained right now. I don't know why. But he's got 11 Pokemon, and he's got Manaphy as his only Z Pokemon. So, and we do allow Z status moves like Z Rain Dance, so he can definitely take advantage of that if he so chooses. So we need to be prepared for that in any way, shape, or form, or any way possible. So his team really doesn't like hazards. That's why we built a team around like not hazard stacking necessarily. This doesn't rely on it, but we can get some hazards up like a spike, maybe a rocks for sure, and a spike, or even sticky web. But his team's really gonna struggle to beat that because under sticky webs, Nidoking absolutely decimates him. He really doesn't have a good switch into it at all. So in his ways to remove him are Defog Swallow, which is not guaranteed to come because Spiddath Aegislash can deal with that pretty well. We do need to be careful to a degree with Crocodile. Crocodile is one of the bigger threats to our team, especially since we're not bringing Tangrowth, which is... Don't know how I feel about not bringing Tangrowth. It's kind of a big risk on my part, not bringing Tangrowth, but I think we shall be okay. If he doesn't bring Crook, well, I would be surprised if he didn't bring Crook, to be honest, but... yeah, we're definitely prepping a little bit differently, but he's got Mega Heracross, which is like one of the bigger threats to our team as well. We don't have a switch into it. Like, we could like predict a fighting move switch into Mew or Aegislash, but yeah, anyway, first up we got this physically defensive Aegislash right here with Iron Head, Hidden Power Flying, King Shield, Shadow Sneak, and HP Flying into a Shadow Sneak will KO Mega Heracross after rocks. Pretty much for sure. So okay, this can deal with Mega Heracross. I'm not that worried about that. But if he goes Earthquake into another Earthquake, I believe that can knock us out if he's adamant. So that's really spooky. That's very spooky. If Aegislash just knocks out Mega Heracross, honestly, I feel it's done its job. If it can just deal with Mega Heracross or like weaken it down for other team members to deal with it, honestly, like, definitely has done its job. I built this team a long time ago, by the way, so if I don't remember something, I apologize. So I'm trying to remember everything as I go, but anyway, Aegislash is pretty generic here. Shadow Sneak's nice for priority. Iron Head's just for Clefable and stuff like that. I'm kind of afraid of Crocodile for sure, but not much I really can do about it. I gotta be really careful with it. We have ways to deal with Crook, just not like the best ways since we're not bringing Tangrowth. And maybe that'll like scare him out, like since we potentially could bring Tangrowth here, maybe that'll like scare him out into not bringing Crocodile or something like that. I mean, offensive Mew can deal with it too. I mean, we have Mega Lopunny, we have Nidoking, that's not faster. Like Scarf Crook will beat that, but we have ways to beat Crook, just like not the best ways on this team. I think we can deal with it though. I just don't want to throw Tangrowth on the team because we put Tangrowth on a team where like, I don't know, like, I mean, I guess I can bring an Earthquake for Heatran. I guess I can bring certain things for certain Pokemon, but I don't really necessarily want to. I guess I could have brought an Assault Vest Tangrowth here, but I don't know how I feel about that. I really don't. I guess I don't know if I really need that necessarily. I guess I could have potentially got rid of Slurpuff on here on this team, but then we're even more weak to Mega Heracross, and I think that's more of a threat than Crook. Then again, Scarf Moxie Crook could potentially just put in so much work, but not really at the same time because of our next Pokemon. We have a Choice Scarf Greninja here. I do need to speed up this process a little bit because I'm battling him in a few minutes. And yeah, I have to do this process really quickly. But we have Spikes, U-Turn, Dark Pulse, Surf. This checks +1 Mana Fee with the Rain Dance. It checks the Scarfers of Mana Fee would be Scarf. Crocodile would be Scarf. Also with the speed, it also outspeeds Deoxys speed, I believe, more often. I think it should outspeed it every time. I think its max speed is 255, but I don't really think he'll run max speed on it. I really don't. I think he would just run enough speed for like, because we have a base 100. Yeah, the thing is, I think he would run just enough speed for Scarf Mew or something. So that means we'd outspeed it with Scarf Greninja or like with this speed, I believe. Unless he goes like max speed, which I don't think he will. So there's that. We have a lot of HP, so that's really nice to take on mons like Heatran right here. So we can kind of switch into Heatran relatively easily and just click Surf. Yes, we don't have enough speed for Scarf Substrika, but I wanted a lot of bulk in here to take on Pokemon like Heatran because I thought it was important to take something like that on. Also, Aegislash's job is to kind of deal with Dragalge as well, if we need it to. We have offensive checks to it with Nidoking, but I do need to be careful still at the same time. So there's that. I low-key kind of want to run physical Nidoking. Next up, we have Life Orb, mostly, especially offensive Nidoking. We just want Timid Nature. We don't need like the attack with Sucker Punch or anything. We have enough speed, I believe, for max speed Heracross, because it is such a big threat. I really wanted to go Modest, but I was like, I ain't messing around with Heracross, because it could be Jolly. Based on our team, I don't really know if it would be Jolly, but like, if he's going to go enough speed for Slurpuff, it's not really in our best interest to go enough speed for Heracross outspeeding Slurpuff. Because it's just not, personally, I don't think. So I'd rather just go this speed to make sure we outspeed Heracross for sure. And bop it with the Sludge Wave. I wish I could run Fire coverage, but we needed this as a rocker this game. And Sucker Punch priority is just too nice here. Just in case we need it for Deoxys speed. We're going to purposely try not to reveal it. And same with like Swallow or Zipstrika too. We could hit them hard with the Life Orb Sucker Punch. It's not really going to be appreciating them because they're really frail. The X speed, if it's max defense, could deal with it kind of. But I'm not too afraid of the X speed. I mean, kind of. But at the same time, I'm not. But yeah, there is our Nidoking right there. Pretty generic. Next up, we have a physically defensive Slurpuff with a Wiki Berry to make sure we actually just beat Mega Heracross to a degree. I think Dazzling is around a 2-hit KO. Does like 40 to 48, I think. And after Rocks, it should 2-hit KO Mega Heracross with Dazzling. I wish Slurpuff got Moonblast, guys. Like, I don't understand why it doesn't. It should get Moonblast. Come on, GameFreak. But we have Sticky Web because that'll help us with our speed tiers a lot, especially versus Deoxys speed. And then Nidoking can really run rampant. Same with our Mega Lopunny that we're bringing. We're just physically defensive to try to deal with Mega Heracross, honestly. And this probably deal with Crocodile, too. It's not as bad for knockoff spam, then. Like, we're really weak to Earthquake spam. Like, really bad with this team. But that's like, I'm not bringing Tangrowth or Thunderous Eye. So that's kind of on me on doing that. So I really can't afford to, I don't think, I mean, I could probably bring Tangrowth, but Thunderous Eye, maybe, I don't know. I guess it all depends what I really want to do. I guess I just wanted to get Webs up, maybe. Like, well, we'll see what happens. If he like leads Clef or Crook, I will probably get Webs up. This might be a lead depending on what he can bring, but we have a Wiki Berry, that way we can check the Mega Heracross a lot better. We are on Burden because then our speed will be doubled, but like we're not on offensive set. I originally had more of an offensive Slurpuff here. I just decided against it because he does have Unaware Clefable that he could potentially bring, and he also, like, we still don't outspeed Deoxys speed necessarily, so that's really crazy. So yeah, I just decided against it. I had to go Jolly, I think, to outspeed Deoxys speed. I'm like, not worth it at all, so didn't want to go that route unless he like didn't run like as much speed as I thought. But I figured he'd run enough speed for like +2 Slurpuff, I just would imagine. So I think he would go, where is it? I'll change my spread in just a minute. He wouldn't be able to run enough speed, but like our Adamant, for enough speed for Adamant Slurpuff, which would be 248, so that's what I think he would go. So I just didn't think that was like in my best interest to do that. So I mean, just Wish Protect. Wish can pass to Aegislash, can pass to Nidoking. We need to Greninja. So that's pretty nice. If he like switches in Heatran to Slurpuff, we click Wish, go into Greninja for free essentially. And he's not like a Z-Mon, so we can't click Z Solar Beam, so that's really good. He could be Power Up Solar Beam, which would be really wild, so I give him kudos for that if he brings that, but I don't think he will. Next up, though, we have an Adamant, physically offensive, obviously, Mega Lopunny with Healing Wish, in case Nidoking gets weak or Aegislash gets weak. If we need it, Fake Out just for Chip, especially if we get like Spikes up, make him take Chip damage on a potential switch in, Return, and Drain Punch. I don't really think we need High Jump Kick or anything here, so I mean, I think Return is almost a 2-hit KO on a Fizz-Death Clefable, unless he's Cosmic Power, which would suck, but I don't really have the best ways to deal with Clefable on this team, since we have to bring Aegislash in the defensive role. I mean, I guess I could have brought like a Swords Dance Aegislash variant to try to beat it, but he's unaware. If he's unaware, then he's not going to be in big issue, because he's not going to be setting up himself, probably. So I wouldn't really be too upset about that then. If he's unaware, I don't think he'd be Cosmic Power, which then is not an issue, so Yeah, maybe I should bring Swords Dance, but I guess we'll just see. Anyway, return should 2 a KO most Clefable spreads, so that is good, especially if we get, like, if he's on the wire too. Like, he'll be taking spikes or stealth rock damage, and then he'll be getting bopped by it, so that's pretty cool. This does a lot of work to his team. Like, he doesn't have a... he's got no resist to this. Like, nothing can... I think his best way to deal with this is probably physically defensive Deoxys Speed, because it can not only outspeed and, like, do enough damage. Yeah, like, Deoxys Speed, I think, is his best way to deal with this, and because Clefable can't really switch in. Deoxys Speed could at least switch in and then scare us out with a Psychic. So, there's that. Clefable can switch in, but I think Deoxys Speed's a little bit better in that scenario to try to switch in. But anyway, let's go to our last mon. We have hashtag Graham Sucks, the Colberberry Mew. We got Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Super Fang, Roost. Super Fang is really spammable versus his team, and in combination with Roost and Will-O-Wisp, it will whittle down his team immensely. So I will switch this into Clefable right away, no matter what, because we really, really need to prevent Clefable from being a nuisance to our entire team. I don't want it to be. Our team's not really weak to hazards or rocks or anything like that. He's got Toxic Spikes potentially on his team. He's got Spikes with Deoxys Speed, but I don't know if he'd bring those. Like, Spikes actually would hurt our team a little bit more than Toxic or Rocks. But if he brings... I mean, Rocks would hurt our team more if we had Thunder Eye, but... I think he would potentially just bring Spikes here, maybe. On Deoxys Speed if he brings it, but I think he might bring, like, could be Loot. I mean, a Calm Mind set could be kind of nice, but then he'd have to bring, like, a Sea Berry for Aegis. He'd have to be, like, Psychic Shadow Ball. But then again, that set gets shut down by Houndoom, and that's not so bad. That's not so good for him. I mean, Houndoom's alright here in this matchup, to a degree, too. Because if we're, like, Fire EMZ or something like that, like, his team doesn't really appreciate Fire EMZ to a degree, but... yeah, that's our Mew set. Taunt, Willow, Super Fang, Roost. Should be okay here. Should be solid team for us. Honestly, I just wanted to speed up this team building process. It's not as in-depth as I normally like going because I'm kind of on a timer. So, yep, so to recap, we have Clintendix, the Aegis/, Tyler, the Greninja, Claymaker, the Nidoking, Brienne, the Slurpuff, A-Rod, the Megalopony, and hashtag Graham Sucks, the Mew. So, let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of the team. We will get started, and we'll see you tomorrow for the battle versus ChoicedCJ. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I love you all. Peace.